My name is Oscar Navarro.
Dr.
This
Villarreal.
is a new segment on Two Guys, One Cast called Chef's Talk. We're waiting on another homie who's currently slaving away. Um, just want to open up by saying cheers.
Cheers.
What are you drinking, Victor?
I'm drinking Modelo. I keep it simple. I'm a shot and a beer guy when I'm in a bar, but
Sancho,
yeah.
Heads.
Actually it's the chef from La Honda. Sorry.
Hey,
It's okay.
right?
But I'm a simple guy whenever it's a dive bar. My grandfather owned a bar for many years. So I grew up just this is what you drink. You drink a shot and a beer.
Yeah.
When I go out, now that's a different story. I'm a champagne guy all day.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't with the fermentedness from like wines and champagne. So if this speaks to anything, is I'm a whiskey guy, dude.
Love whiskey.
I'm a bourbon, fucking Wild Turkey 101 or Maker's Mark, double,
I'm not
tall,
gonna judge you on
light
that, but
ice.
it's okay.
Hey. Or I'm a Scotch guy. Neat, a Lagavulin, a
Oh,
Lafroy,
look at you. You fancy.
Talisker, Bunnahabhain.
Uh-huh.
So I'm rarely drinking beer unless that's it. Because I don't like feeling bloated and like all the gas and stuff.
Well, I get you because I'm old and shit like that. So I know, but like when I go to, if I'm going to proper, if I'm having a drink for my wife, I'm expected to drink a cocktail. I know where there's a time to drink something from that area or at a place like this. Not saying that they don't make good cocktails,
Mhm.
but if I'm at a bar, I want a shot and beer. I
True.
go to Nickel City, they know exactly what I want. I want a
True.
Nickel City, I want a shot and
Nickel.
beer. It's the everyday, it's the chef, the easiest thing we want after a
Yeah.
shot. Like, let's be honest,
Autonomous movement.
you don't
You
want
don't even
to
think about it. You're like, here's your shot, here's your beer. Go buy it next.
exactly keep it simple. Keep it simple. Now,
Yeah. But I like margaritas, I if I go somewhere, I judge them on their queso, their guac, and their margaritas.
okay,
100%.
okay. So
You know?
I will judge you on your daiquiri,
Mhm.
your old fashioned, and your Negroni. If you can't make those three, I feel that you're not even in the competition of a bar.
True.
Like those are the, as my wife says, those are the three standard things that a bar has to make for it to make it a bar.
No, take it.
And I'm gonna be honest, she's won Texas Monthly Best Cocktail.
I'm gonna have to hire her for consulting in the future.
We're available.
Right?
We're available.
As soon as Mariscos gets a liquor license, we gotta create and curate a drink menu.
So that's another thing. I'm very
Right?
proud of you on that. Like I've been going to see you eat or going to eat your place for a couple years now.
Thank you.
And y'all have done such a good job at doing the food that you do. From California,
Yeah.
apparently. And I absolutely love how you do things and how you structure your menu to fit with the lifestyle of what you're trying to achieve being a chef.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you and all the other cooks, because I will label myself a chef, but this is a journey. I'm constantly learning as you are, right? So we just try to do our best every day, with discipline and integrity. And if any new customer we get tomorrow doesn't come back, then I fail. I need to have every person that comes by and tries our food to come back. You
Well,
know what I mean?
having the regulars is what you want. Like I
Yeah.
will say that that's what failed us at La Honda is that we became a more celebratory kind of restaurant.
Kind of like Donor Temio, right? It's
But they do have a good following. They have a great following, and I'm one of them. But if you're going to be a restaurant, you have to be able to have the, hey, we're going to have our regulars that come in all the damn time because you need that for, let's face it, the bottom line.
yeah,
And if
staying
you're-
busy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, not just Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That's right. And we capped ourselves off because we're at 32 seats.
Mm.
We can no longer do that, which it just didn't make sense.
Unless hiking the price, you
Which
can't do that.
we don't try to do.
And
We
you
love our
shouldn't fucking do.
customers.
I do want to ask you though, like, what's the first culinary job you had? F-
My first culinary job was at 15 years old. I worked for the Officers Club in Panama City, Florida. That's where I got my bones. I needed a job to be able just to have, I like shoes, I like Jordan jerseys, so I had to be able to have money to spend and stuff. So that was my first intro into the culinary world, and I've always loved food, but I knew that at some point that was going to be the entryway, and I knew that it wasn't the greatest job, but I ended up doing it, and I tried to do the best of it for the 2 years that I was there.
And a takeaway there is you tried to make the best of it while you were there.
Of course,
Effort,
so
effort, effort, which is what the bottom line is in our line of work is effort. You could be a greenhorn, you could be a veteran older than I am, but if the effort isn't there, then you're not gonna go anywhere.
well, it's the saying goes, I can teach a monkey to cook. I cannot teach good character.
Yeah.
If we see somebody who has good character, I
Mentor.
will 1000% adhere to that
Yeah.
person just because I feel that I know that I can teach you to do what I need you to do.
When I'm not there.
Exactly.
That which is the caveat is when I am not there,
That's
because
right.
it's impossible for us to be at two, three, four different restaurants same time. So you mentor and you choose certain individuals to run the things for you.
Hence the saying, it's not how it is when the chef is there, it's how it is when the chef is gone.
Exactly.
So thank you to Edwin and all my guys at Star for running the kitchen. Thank you.
And at Mariscos, my ladies, because I have a all female crew, which is
Love
great.
all females.
Yeah, it's great. They're not egotistical. They all work together really well. There's just other issues we gotta work on. But yeah, is anything you want to ask me? Since even though we do know each other really well, it's not like we've hung out a lot.
So like, I know you've come up the ranks through the city, and I feel fortunate enough to know a lot of individuals younger like you who I've gotten to see at different restaurants because I eat a lot of goddamn food.
Speaking of motherfucking goddamn
Oh, here we
food,
go. We got some food coming right now. Sit on this side.
man.
Hello,
Damn. Hello,
sir.
Omar.
Two fried shrimp tacos, chicharrón, and two. Oh shit! Oh, he got the glizzy.
Damn.
Bacon wraps.
Are we gonna lady and the tramp this glizzy?
I
Or
mean,
what?
I'll let you do it because I'm not above some
How you
shit.
doing?
Omar, I know you had some technical difficulties earlier. I'm so
Yeah, it was a
sorry.
little
We gotta do
tough.
it for the gram.
Hey.
Y'all know how things go in the kitchen. Y'all know how things
putting
work.
out fires left and right. I know.
But
People
that's what
don't-
keeps you humble, man. I'll tell you the truth.
And I think that that's one thing that people don't understand in the kitchen is that you're not just cooking shit, especially in a trailer like that. You're putting out fires. Our electrical goes out. Your water's running out. Oh shit, the sewage tank is overfilling. You got to fill that, take that out. Like,
Oh yeah.
there's so many logistical things that happen, and not just a restaurant, but a food truck. And like, I've always dreamed of having a food truck. Like, before I did any fine dining, before I did anything, a food truck's what I wanted.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna say any names, but they said I was crazy at the time. So I overlooked it, and I end up going into like just super fine dining kitchens, and that's what a big portion of my life was like. But this is what I've always wanted.
Yeah.
And I think that now that I get the chance to cater to a more
Different demographic.
yeah, now like I put labels on myself every time I did a pizza joint, or when I just did my dry aged fish with ceviche, or
Which is so fire.
You put yourself in something, and you can't come out of that because
Yeah.
that's the only expectation that a customer has is,
Yes, it
can we
is.
just have that? And I'm like, well, that's cool. I was like, but I can do like
So much
all
other
of it.
stuff.
I can do all of it. But they don't want to. They don't want to see that. They want to see what that little screen that we have on our
Pigeon hold.
yeah. And I don't envy. I love that we get to do whatever the hell we want, and people will eat this
It-
food because they like it.
And you know what I like about also like food truck things and what a food truck is? You could express yourself I think in a better way, or in a way that you can't in a restaurant. In a restaurant, you kind of have to be a certain, you have to have,
You gotta have that.
if you're fine dining, this, that, whatever. But in a food truck, even with the name, You could have a crazy name, fun name. You could play with it. Same thing with food. Food, yes, it could be great, but it doesn't have to be that top notch, like looking amazing on the plate. You know, obviously that's the goal. You always to be 10 out of 10, 100. You know,
At the end of
but
the day, what speaks most profoundly is flavor.
yeah,
Yep.
the creativity that you, me, and you that you put in yourself in what you're making. I think at the end of the day, that's what a food truck for me is what it's about. And like me, I started this because of my dad. I, I was trying to do something else. I was actually going to school and I was trying to be a police officer.
Oh shit.
Yeah. You know,
Totally different thing.
so I wanted to do something different. I didn't know how to cook. I didn't know how to do anything. You know, so for me, it's
That's no far fetched. I wanted to be a pro soccer player. I worked 40 hours at Taco Heads and I played 40 hours on the side. You know, I would wake up at 4:30 in the morning, drive my dad to Alliance, drive back down to Montgomery, right? Taco Heads,
yeah,
be there by 5:30, get all the tacos to Craftwork, Avoca, Coffee Folk, right? Like hundreds
Mhm.
and hundreds of individually wrapped breakfast tacos.
I remember
Flip the line
things.
at 7, right? For
Ooh.
breakfast. Flip the line at 3 for lunch, and then I would leave at 4. But I would stay up to play soccer at 8:30 at night. I would stop
Yeah.
playing soccer at 10:30 at
Damn.
night. Here, I would drive down to Crowley. I would get home at 11:10, 11:15, shower, eat. It's midnight,
Yeah.
12:30. Wake up at 4:30 in the fucking morning. All that shit, 5 days in a row, just to play soccer games on the weekends. You know, so regardless of whatever path we're on, if you're passionate and driven about something, you're gonna
Oh,
find
yeah.
a way
You'll
to get
find
it
that
done.
way.
Yep.
Whenever you want something
You ha-
bad enough, you'll find the fucking way.
And
Always.
I'll tell you, the one you have is the fried shrimp one.
Dude, it's so good. I
Fried
was gonna
shrimp. It has a
stop.
little sweetness to it, a little bit of honey in it.
Whatever
But
that
the
last was that barbacoa?
The barbacoa.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, I
Dude.
left it 13 hours last night.
This
I use
barbacoa is
lengua.
my favorite.
So I use lengua.
I don't give a shit.
I use
love
lengua
it's better.
and beef cheek. A lot of people, I don't know what they use, but I use a lot of lengua, and the other one's the beef cheek.
Oh, that's a perfect
The
combination.
fried shrimp one is I put a little bit of honey to make it a little sweetness to it,
Mhm.
and then I just top it off with a little cabbage, pico, and then the sauce that you were talking that you asked me about. So that sauce is actually an ají sauce. So about last year, I was doing the shrimp tacos, but with chipotle sauce over the top. Okay, so it's just the chipotle mayo,
course.
But what I found out when I was going to every food truck is that everyone
That's the
was
same
doing the
thing.
same thing. So it was upsetting me. I was like, I don't like to be like everybody
like
else. So I wanted
I
to be
like
different.
that.
I wanted to be different. So my brother one time he said he went to this place, he tried this sauce. It's a Peruvian sauce, supposedly.
Bro, Peruvian
That
food is
the heat
like,
pepper.
yeah,
That's
the
what that
ají
pepper. That heat pepper. That's what that green sauce is.
That way.
So I use the ají pepper, and then I use chives, jalapenos, a little bit of cilantro, olive oil, lemon juice,
Oh shit, that's
garlic, salt. Blend that up.
oil.
Oil, yeah, the oil at the very end. That adds that the
It's a texture. It's the most sauce.
So at the end, that's what I do at the very end on that. And now everyone's like, "Hey, I love those shrimp tacos. They're different. They're different." And for me, that's what I wanted. I wanted something different. People always ask me, "Why don't you do birria?" Everybody does birria. I don't want to do birria. It's not that I can't. It's not anything, but it's
Can I
like I said,
chime
I
in?
want to stick out different.
Why he doesn't want to do birria? So I'm sure you all have seen Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmare, right? Their menu is 6, 7, 8 pages deep. Exponentially that much more menu items. It's hard to keep everything fresh.
Oh yeah,
Why have so many different ingredients that you're not going to go through in a week that you have to freeze? So why I feel the mariscos is doing so well is because the menu. Sure, I have over 30 different combinations. It's
the same.
all
10 items.
4 items,
Yep.
excluding cucumber, tomato, onion. That goes in fucking everything, right? So
That's called
It's-
food cost, kids.
Yep.
food costs.
Number one
Right?
important thing.
And using the same thing and creating multiple things from it instead of like, oh, I need a quail for this dish and I need braised ribs for that. I need oxtail for this. I need polenta for that. I need oatmeal. Right? It's like make it simple, just make it delicious. But that also comes with the simpler the dish, the harder it is to hide your mistakes. If your cooks are inconsistent, that dish is going to be wrong.
And
So
cross utilization is what he's talking about.
exactly, right? So just I am very lazy, but through that
You're
lazy,
not lazy.
but through
Come
that
I mean, you
lazy-
got to manage your time because you work, you do a lot of,
Exactly.
so it's not being lazy, but it's just me too. I'm lazy with certain little things,
It's called
but
time
but you got to
management. You know
manage your
where-
time because you got other things you got to do, you know,
Exactly.
and nobody understands that. Everybody that I know has always said, I want to own my own business. I want to have a food truck, easy money, blah blah blah, this and that. And I go, what? Come out with me 1 day, 2 days, and you'll see exactly or whatever. You know, it's
Hey,
not.
I already know.
You know,
So this first episode
No way. That's
you
not
know,
his job.
kind of doesn't have guidelines or whatever. We're kind of just shooting off the cuff. I would like to get a non-service industry person in here with us. to
ooh,
give
I would
us
love that.
the perspective
Yeah.
of a customer, a perspective of the person
Do you-
on the
if you
other
want-
side of the
I will
window,
tell you what.
you know?
I will have the perfect person for you. My wife is HR financial for our company,
Mm-hmm.
but she is my biggest critic.
And
Bro,
she
if I
has
can
to be.
please
You
my
have to.
wife, I can
You have
please
to.
anybody. But she will tell, she's the one person who has constantly told me, hey, maybe this isn't going to work because of this. And hey, this is going to work. This is perfect. You're good. And I get it. And because I know how to adhere to,
The feedback.
yeah. And it's gone a long time, 7 years. But
Hey, like when I first
But
got,
I trust her judgment because she wouldn't tell me anything.
that wouldn't make
Oh,
you
that
better,
yeah.
right?
You know,
Like
and-
if I may chime in, exactly speaking to what you're saying, when I first got with my wife and I started cooking for her, I learned that my palate leans towards salt and acidity.
That's me.
So
That's me.
whenever I was cooking for her, when we first, got together, and I was seasoning it to my taste, I'm like, ooh, this is perfect. Maybe a squirt of lime or a little, balsamic vinaigrette, or balsamic vinegar at the end. She's like, this is too salty. I can't eat this. And obviously, I'm like, okay, I'm so sorry. It's in the end, but in my head, I'm like, oh, fuck. So, I learned to take feedback, especially those of the people that you trust, that will tell you the truth. Because if they don't tell you the truth, then there's no way that you could get better. Which is our end goal, is me getting better. The better I could get, the better I could mentor, and the better the service industry is after, because that is the end goal. Think about 15, 20, 30 years ago, being a chef is like some peasant. Oh, you want to be a chef? You should be a architect.
That's what
or
it was when I
engineer.
got into it.
Nobody
Nobody wanted to be a chef. Everybody was like, fuck
just 10 years ago, nobody wanted to be a cook. But then
30 years ago, nobody wanted.
I mean,
Exactly.
even in a restaurant, nobody wants to be a server. No one wants to
because
be.
it looks
it looks bad.
It's hard.
But
It's hard.
I had a conversation the other day with one of my buddies, and I asked him, "Oh, that one that you're gonna eat, the chicharrón.
That's the one I was eyeing after this.
I'll get you one. That chicharrón,
I'll give you half.
I love that chicharrón. If you find a better chicharrón, tell me, because I think my chicharrón, I think is one of the best ones,
I like to hear that.
and that's the one I will literally.
If that's the one.
Yes.
If you said I want one taco
That'll be
for
that
you
one.
to try, that's the one.
So
That's my shrimp taco.
that recipe is my mom's recipe that she gave to me. I modified it. I made a little bit of my own.
Wow.
And that's what I like about that one. To me, that one's probably one of my.
That shit just melted.
Yeah, because it's still the skin has some meat on it. The green sauce, not too spicy. It
The
has a
green
good little
sauce.
kick, things like that. So, but yeah, I was having with my buddy, and I asked him one day. I was like, "Would you let your kids, or what would you say for your kid if he wanted to be a server? Like, would you think less of him because he didn't go to college and be like, oh, I want to be a doctor, a lawyer, this or that?" But so I asked him, I was like, what would you say if he said, I want to be a server? And, he got great at being a server, blah, 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 this and that, whatever. Because nowadays it's like the people that are judged the most are servers or that work at restaurants, because they're the first ones to go complain
Line of defense.
and the first ones to write, they destroyed my night. it was going to be a special day and it's ruined, blah blah blah. But he's just a server. What do you expect him to do? Like, what do y'all think about that?
So that's why I would like someone
That's man.
who is in
Thank you.
service industry, because we would all think the same. There's so many facets and gears working in cohesion to make service successful. If it fails in one spot, so far down the line, it's not the server's fault at the table. It happened during prep and the baker burnt whatever, or the person fucked up the tortillas in the molinito,
Or somebody just didn't refill the sauces. You know, now you got to
That's why-
refill sauce or
That's
whatever.
why I tell people all the time. This is a constant thing in my spill with my cooks. Cooking is not an individual game. This is a fucking team sport. There's no I in team, but there is
You like
one
spicy?
in win.
The red one's a little spicy.
I'm about to ask you, how's your spice?
Ah, shit.
I'm not a big spicy on it. You know, I don't eat that one. But it's spicy. Okay, you're good then.
You got
Sorry.
we got
I saw him throw it in there, and I was like, "Oh, dang!"
That's okay as long as my friend Angel from Wapo Tacos. You're welcome.
I go to Wapples all the time.
Oh, Angel, right?
Yeah, that's my boy, man. Fucking that dude will go eat some Asian food and put the spiciest shit on the spiciest food. I'm like, yo, dude, don't do that. And then he's
He
got
says
this,
Szechuan 6, Thai 5.
dude, his face will look like this. And he's like, and he keeps eating. So I applaud you for that.
I
Angel, but
can't.
goddamn.
That's not me.
Mm-mm.
I love it. My stomach just can't take it.
So,
You know.
are you familiar with Hot Ones? Hot Ones on YouTube, where it's a really good interviewer. I mean, the best fucking interviewer. He
John's very
asks
good.
us so really
I
good
cut it
questions.
in half for y'all.
It's okay.
I know
We're,
y'all didn't
we're
wanna-
about to, but
We would have done it.
so it starts with, I don't know how many wings from Tapatio or Valentina to
Oh, man.
fuck
It's like 10 or
your
12.
ass. It's spicy just to be spicy,
Ew.
right? So Shaq failed. A few other people failed.
Hot ones.
How would you feel eating wings that range from Tapatio or Valentina to you're fucked?
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't even get halfway
But
because I know what's gonna happen to me the next
At least
day.
you know. Some people don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
and I'm overly confident and think I would crush it.
I could probably eat them.
So I
But I'm gonna die the next day.
because we have a very overconfident young man, which I love this shit. And then you have two older gentlemen. We're like, you know what? We know what's gonna happen.
My internal
Which-
organs are still
How old are
functioning
you?
correctly.
I'm 45. I just
Oh man, you're 40. Okay.
Head on, 32.
Okay, I'm 35. Okay, I'm 35.
Yo, yeah. So I've been cooking them as long as that.
Man.
Damn.
I'm reaching 10 years in the.
This is your 30 for me.
Jesus, I'm on
Thank
maybe. I mean, I cooked before, but not like for this.
This is
7
what,
years.
This is what
8 years.
since I was born, and my family, anybody who knows me, since the time I was a child, I want to be a chef. My favorite rapper is Chef Raekwon from the Wu-Tang Clan.
Hey,
I'm a big, like, that's all I wanted, and that's all I ever thought about doing. So when I was in the first bit of my career, it was military installations. I was a hibachi chef for 2 years, retirement homes. Yeah, you know what that's how I met my first wife. Her boyfriend didn't show. I was slinging shrimp in her mouth. Hey yo. And that's how we got that, you know? But it made me appreciate all these kinds of kitchens, made me appreciate when I decided to decline dining later in my years. I understood what a horrible ass kitchen was, so I could appreciate these really good kitchens that I had Michelin star chefs.
James Beard Award winning chef.
You know what I mean? So these are the people who like inbred all this like culinary stuff, and I'm so thankful that they took a chance on me to be able to do this because it's basically been the whole basis of how I've been here in Fort Worth the last like almost 20 years.
And overall, I found it to be a privilege to be allowed to work with certain chefs and people. Like even some chefs that I've clashed heads with and just did not, vibe with. They still are there to teach you something that you at the time don't know, and they will know. They know exactly what you don't know, and
You drinking some? Yep.
and they want you to succeed. So if they're grilling you on certain thing, it's because
It's for a reason.
your weakness there.
I will say this, and this is where I've had to pick and choose how I do certain things and why I do things. Working with John Taser at the National Great John Taser, you're the man. He taught us everything that we need to know how to function and how to, you know, you put your spoons a certain way. When you take something off, everything had a rhyme and reason.
Okay.
And in the 2 years that I worked for him, Chef Eric Grant, Jason Maddie, like there were some Jeremiah, love you, bud. I got in this weird Dallas super uber like foodie centric time in that era where it was just like fine dining was like about to like booming.
No way.
And because I got to stay there for 2 years, when I came to Fort Worth and like had to eventually like couldn't do the driving, I was miles away from everybody here. And this was almost 20 years ago. So I had to pick up the litter. I could go anywhere because I saw what he taught me and
what you had to offer.
and what I had to offer. And I love that somebody like him took the time to really teach us at that time, hey, this is how you do things. Tim Byers also, he was there. Tim Byers is one of my favorite chefs and just in the nation. He used to work at Smoke, he used to own Smoke. But he was the first person to show me live fire cooking. So like I was able to see what my future was going to be like with somebody who had been at this uber posh, like super fancy place. And then just like a lot of chefs, he reverted and kept it simple
To cook what people want to eat
with
daily.
good product. And he's done it such a great way. He's like, I'd say Taser a lot, but Tim Byers is one of like my favorite chefs in general in the nation because he does such a good job at like cooking simple ingredients over a fire.
Can I,
Oh, you can take a carrot and make that shit like good.
right? Like, can I ask a question, Omar? Not sure how well versed you are in like chefs around the country and around the world. Like, what are your 2, 3 favorite chefs? Like
Look, that's what I was gonna say because y'all. It seems like both of y'all have worked around with that kind of same vibes,
yeah.
same the restaurants,
Studied.
studied. Me, I was a little different. Me, I did more. I did Mexican in. I did flying saucer.
Mexican is pretty
I
fucking
did.
good.
I was 17 years old. I didn't know how to do anything.
But you were taught consistency and
That's right.
rules. I joined McDonald's at 17. I worked their cashier and then did their overnight by myself while my manager was hungover underneath the, in the break room underneath the table on a bunch of boxes. I was running that by myself in the teens. But they taught you like a regimented schedule. You know what you're gonna do regardless of the time and the day. Because McDonald's, as well as other chain and franchises, are SOP to the point where it's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's
Standard
good on you.
operation procedure.
So that was more of me, and then I did. I was at Texas de Brazil for 15 years. Man. I was there 15 years.
Wow.
Cooking or serving?
No cooking. I was always cooked. I was a chef there,
Damn.
and then I was in charge of the meat, the gauchos,
lot
all that.
right there,
So and then I opened up a lot of the restaurants around the U.S.
Can
So that's what I
ask a
did.
question about that? Not to digress, I'm sorry, and make this longer of a podcast than it is, but when you were at Texas de Brazil, how would you start cooking the meat and how did it finish? Like,
So
because I've never been. I've never been. It's too expensive for me.
So usually everyone thinks that it's
And-
like bought already and like already skewered on there. No. So everything
That's
comes
what
in
I'm saying.
big. So you're a butcher. So
Yeah.
I was a butcher for 15 years, So like the sausages, obviously those you just take them off, cook. Those are already made. The picanha sirloin, they come in
That's my
the
favorite
cut.
cut of fucking meat.
You have to cut that and you have to make the garlic picanha. The flank steak, you have to cut a little bit, skewer it. Chicken breast, it comes in the whole breast, and you have to cut it in 2 ounces.
Yeah.
but it's the volume there. We were doing Monday to Thursday. We were doing 200, 250 reservations,
Yeah.
per day.
That's the hardest
know?
part. That when it comes to like service is the volume. You can
So we
have
had 3 hours to prep all that. So we had 2.5 hours from 2 to 4:30, and then we had to start getting ready, and that's when we had to put our boots on. We had to go get like freshen up, all that.
Service ready.
And then everything's cooked. So everyone there, other churrascarias, they have actually grill masters. So they have one guy that cooks everything. For me, I don't like that at all because it's one guy cooking.
You rely on one person.
Yeah,
to do
if
all
he's
that.
gone, you're fucked.
Yep.
And also, you're wasting more because he's just throwing stuff on. He doesn't know what's out there.
He
Us,
don't care.
that-
He just
Yeah.
trying to cook as fast. as he can.
They call that sandbagging, which is a dark art.
us.
It's a great duck art.
Yeah.
Us, we would since each individual person cooks 2-3 meats, you know what's out there. You know what tables you already hit. You know you've reservations. You know that that table already ate. So or they have so much on their plate that you start taking things off. You don't put meat on there.
Yeah.
Whatever at the end of the night, you start going by skewer. So it's like I'll tell you this. Okay, so let's say on a Friday all day we probably had, I would say maybe 600, 700 reservations. We have the chicken breasts. We cut 40 pounds of chicken breast. So 40 times 16 is what?
Oh God.
And it's
It's a
everything.
lot, 400
Everything's
and
about 2
something.
ounces.
On the
You
spot.
roll each 2 ounce, and then you skewer it. So first you got to cut, then you got to roll,
Roll it,
then you
and
got
then
to
you
skewer,
skewer it.
then you got to wrap it up, then you got to put it in the cart, and that's one meat. Then you still have 2 other meats to cook to prep. Then you start cooking on the spot. Everything's cooking on the spot. We didn't prep anything. So I learned a lot, like being fast paced, but also watching and knowing how to cook, because while you're serving, you're still cooking your meat. So okay,
You got meat on the spit.
and
while you're
every
walking
table
around.
is asking you, I need it well done, I medium well.
The mods.
So I'm out there thinking, okay, my meat's about to burn because I need that medium well for table 42, but I need to serve this lady that
I
wants
didn't
medium
know that
rare.
y'all cooked your own
So we
meat.
cook our own meat. So that's where I learned of how to remember, how to manage my time being outside, and because it's meat at the end of the day. Yes, if you mess up on that medium, there's gonna be another person. No,
Yeah,
it's
they're
not
gonna
like how
watch
it is for like a plate. That's your fuck.
Yeah.
But
You
on
have
this
to
one, you
turn
could
the
always
window before the
Yes.
meat dies. So
because even
it's
then
still
you don't
cooked.
need it medium. You're like, all right, I don't have nobody eating medium, but someone's gonna eat well done, and I'll just cook that meat well done and take it directly to them. And now you're like, hey, I made this
Here you
for you.
go, sir.
Oh
That
wow,
feels-
That man look. I love
chaotic
that.
to me, like I'm walking this tight wire of like, am I gonna sell these couple pieces of the meat well done, or are they gonna just stay there and like
and
I
it's
don't know.
competition. It's nothing
I
but
need
men
to
in there.
control.
So it's nothing but men in there. So it's always like, oh, you're throwing that again. Oh, and it's
Oh,
you know.
fucking
Oh,
suck.
you know,
So
they
it's
just
like,
talking mad.
yeah. And I was young, and that's where they were very like tough on me. Had this one guy, he told me, he was like,
Oh, they're old. The old.
and they're all South American. So everyone's South
Oh.
American.
Look,
So
I work with a lot of South American cooks in my day, and let me tell you, as someone, and I speak very little Spanish, but in a kitchen,
oh, it's totally different.
it's totally different. You can command. I know how to say this, but when they first try to speak to you in a very communicative way, and
It's
you don't.
fast.
Well, they will. The older generation, you already know it. They look at
Yep.
you and you're like, pocho. That's what they used to call me. But where I think I succeeded is it's like you said, we work hard. I know how to work harder than shit.
Yep. And
And-
sometimes you gotta work harder because you are kind of seen as the weak link.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not the weak link.
Thank you.
I am. The best motherfucker here.
But that's where I've gained my respect in the community of cooks that we have in here in Fort Worth. We're predominantly South American, Mexican, and wherever
Latino.
else.
Oh, we're Latinos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they have seen me cook, and I feel so grateful. Thank you, everyone who knows me for so long. They now see me as an equal.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that you can take away from that makes me feel so happy
Mhm.
that my people who once looked at me a certain way because I don't speak the language, they look at me now
Oh
like I
yeah.
belong there. And that's been the biggest compliment that I tell people. You can take away all the awards, all the places I've been to, but because I have the respect of my cooks, of my peers, of the people who I am with, that goes beyond shit that you could never tell me that.
And that's what I think. And also in the kitchen, being in the kitchen, not even there's a chef, but being in the kitchen, your respect is kind of, you don't even say, "Oh, I'm a good cook. I'm a good this." It's given to you. You know, people are like, "Man, you're a badass." Hey, man,
Thank you.
things like that. So at the end of the day, on that, that's like there you're proving yourself without you having to say anything.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it. But I also love that it's very humbling. Because you could be like, "Man, this is a nice dish. This is one of my best dish," and somebody comes and it's mid.
It might
Okay.
not, it might not be,
Oh, I-
because
And it's just not for them. It's
not-
everybody
you
has.
can't please
You can't please
No.
everyone.
yeah, everybody's palate is different. But when a chef who has a pretty diverse palate, who has tasted many things, tells you it's not ready, most of the time it's not ready. It might be something imperceptible to you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
On it might be a teaspoon more of vinegar. It might be, a couple grams more of salt.
Mhm.
Maybe salt, maybe an agave, maybe a lime or a lemon, right? That brings it to where it needs to be. But you don't know how to get there unless you have done fully seasoned and fully flavored dishes for a while. A saucier, for example.
Saucier, thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Right? So if you can't mimic and replicate complicated sauce 2-3 times a day, then maybe you're
I'll
not
ask
there yet.
you how you said one day your shrimp tacos, the ones that take you for a long time to make. What are they? The
gobernadores.
gobernadores.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to make that sauce?
So my gobernador mix, the base. I mean, I'll just give it to you guys. I don't give a fuck. It depends on the cook to
Already have
replicate a recipe, right? It depends on how good or not. Lanny would used to have a recipe, and on the method, it would say, "Do it." Based on the competency of the cook, it depends on how good the recipe comes out. Regardless, I would get maybe 12 onions, 16 poblanos, um, not a julienne, but a little thinner, like a brunoise. Everything almost transparent. I would throw that in a pot, 3-quart pot, 2 cups of oil, and I would confit it for an hour and a half.
Cooking in fat.
Cooking in fat. For about 2 hours. And then I would pincer some tomato paste for another 30-45 minutes. Right? Really cook it out and really develop like a deep flavor. Then I'll emulsify some butter. And then I'll season to taste, salt, pepper, chicken bouillon, paprika, whatever needed to, like a saucier would get a certain profile that they want.
Yeah.
Um, After who knows how long, most likely half of my day, because I'm also simultaneously peeling and de-seeding cucumbers, tomatoes.
You're working in a restaurant.
Right as it's cooking. I would add another 6 whole red onions, 12 tomatoes, and another 7 poblanos, all very thinly
Very, very
sliced.
thin, yeah.
Just brought up to a simmer and turned off, and then it would cool down in the pot. About an hour and a half, I would throw it in the freezer, cool it down. So it literally takes me about 2/3 of a day to make our gobernador mix, only because you need to develop flavor. Draw out as much moisture as you can to concentrate the sweet
foundation.
Right. Tech techniques is what we call it, right? I've never been the best cook, but as a scholar and as a kid who loves school, I try to master the basics and the foundation.
Yeah.
And the more you know about the basics of cooking, any recipe is you could fuck with it.
Oh yeah.
Instead of salt, you might add soy sauce or maybe some parmesan, or if you need umami, instead of like adding fucking
Thank you, sir.
what do you
Thank
call
you,
it?
bro.
Amino
Amino
aminos,
acids.
right? You add maybe mushroom powder or
Have you read the LaRouche Gastronomique? So the LaRouche Gastronomique is a cook's cookbook. It starts with one recipe, and it gives you variations, like 100 variations. But you have to read initial recipe to be able to get that, and that's
So
exactly
it's like,
what it is.
like the mother sauces.
Yeah.
Right?
You start with one shit, and it gives you 1,000 fucking things that you can do.
Right.
I have a second edition one. It's the most greatest thing you can ever do.
It's
But
amazing.
it lists you like 1,000, like it's like 1,000 fucking sauces and ingredients and stuff that you can do with something, and it's all just because one thing.
And you could maybe substitute an ingredient or two, but it's so like chem does, right? Parentheses, exponents, the multiplication, divide,
I don't think
addition,
I've ever had
subtraction.
one.
Cooking has the exact same fundamentals, right? You brown your meat, you throw in your veggies or your aromatics, you deglaze with whatever you want to deglaze with, and you start from there. It's the same thing each and every time. You know? So shit, I got distracted. I gotta try one of
Don't get
these.
distracted. We got some churros in this motherfucker, son.
Ooh, that's hot. I got baby Trump hands, man. Leave me alone.
Wow. Orange face over here.
Dude.
Me, I never realized how burnt my hands are. They're just, it sucks.
Look. I don't even feel my hand.
I don't. Like me, my hands are thick as fuck. Number one, like my wedding ring, like the ring.
Oh, fuck that. Look, I get, look, this shit I can throw away. Look.
Yeah, but what's the size on that?
I don't know.
I keep my hands smooth so I can caress my wife.
And I got 6 more of these plastic ass rings.
Shit, mine. I never wear mine because I'm always working.
That's why I wear these cheap $6. Like I got 6 for $6.
Hot as fuck.
I got her. Yeah, I got her nice one, but me, nah, I don't need shit.
My daughter made a little ring. I don't have it on,
Whoa.
but it's like a little, you know, friendship bracelet, but like a ring, and I wear that. Because me and my wife are technically engaged. So we're not with, you know, husband and wife yet, but she's my wife regardless. I don't give a fuck.
You're his wife.
Regardless of the paper or not.
I don't need paper. Who needs
I
paper?
don't need paper.
I want that big
We
old
don't need
22
papers.
karat ring, though.
No, see, this is what you do. You do
It's going to be heavy. I'm going to be walking around like this.
Nah, you do romantic, so I'm about to kill all y'all. So for my 9th wife,
Your 9th wife? I'm sorry.
2, I got a lot. Anyway, I decided to design her ring for her. So I designed it. I bought the Morganite jewel. I customized it. It's basically my real father's and my mom's ring that my real father gave to my mom. He was murdered when he was 19 in front of my mother while she was pregnant with me.
Yeah.
We've lived a very difficult life. I have this ring that he gave her whole life. So years later, when I met my new wife, love you, Misty. My current
I'm
wife.
kidding. That was a joke.
It's not a trick. Anyway, I decided I was gonna do something cool because I'm a process guy. So I melted down our gold ring that I had with my mother and father's ring.
Oh.
I designed the ring to where there's 2 birds etched from the metal around it. And then the original diamond is in the center where the 2 birds are kissing. I became a certified jeweler. I became a certified jeweler to buy and cut the Morganite for the ring.
Hey, why you ruin this? For
He's
now,
a
he's gonna get a ring now. So
Look,
now he has to do that.
I'm talking shit because you know you deserve.
Hey,
You know,
there's levels to this.
I'm old man level. It's okay.
I'm new money.
Yeah, so it's
Buddy!
different. So it's different.
It is
It is
different.
Now they're gonna put us on that same one now.
So we're all Mexican, right?
If your ring looks as good as those tacos taste, you're good. Buddy.
That's what I'm saying. But like growing up, my parents gave me like a gold ring when I was little, a gold bracelet, necklace. Get all that gold, melt it,
Did you
add
have the
some more
turtleneck
gold.
shit?
Man, I never had nothing, man.
But so I have some gold. I want to add more, melt it, and make 22 solid gold rings.
Oh, there we
thick
go.
band.
You know what I had to do to get some bling? So me, since we had no gold, no nothing, because we were broke.
We're good.
And so what I did, I had to get cavities so I can get the silver teeth. That was me. I was like, man, I had to get those.
You were a badass.
Okay, Paul Wall.
That was me. I had to get all this, all that cavity. After that, I got no teeth now.
Diamond boys.
You know, so-
Johnny Dang.
That was my bling, man.
But I do want to ask you guys, if y'all didn't cook, what would y'all be doing? So may I answer first? For the longest, even when I was in TCC South campus, right? I thought I was gonna be a teacher. I really did. I thought I was gonna have a fucking homeroom and maybe teach fucking PE or athletics or some shit. You know?
I can see that.
But when I went down that path, bunch of bullshit happened and I ended up, on this path. So I'm sort of teaching in a way, but I honestly saw myself as like a teacher.
You are a teacher.
You know?
That's what we do.
Yeah.
As a chef, owner, if anything, a manager, kitchen manager.
Oh yeah, you're
You know, you're constantly telling people, hey, this is how we want things. And they can reciprocate it. Or
they got you too.
Or they
They
don't.
got me too.
You know? And that's the hard part about mentoring is inspiring on a daily basis why certain things are done some way because, maybe they're tired or maybe having some personal problems that day and they're just not,
Yeah.
receptive to what you're trying to tell them. The hard part is, inspiring for people to do their best every day. Sometimes you just want to take it easy and like cut some corners.
no,
or
never take it
whatever.
easy. Look, I'm
You
gonna be
know?
honest with you. This is where I think the last 10 years have really strived, and this is when I realized who was watching me, my kids, my peers, my friends, my family, random people who see me on social media, whatever it is that they see me on. When I see people constantly like, hey, thank you so much, you did a good job. I understand where that comes from. And you're constantly being a mentor to somebody, you're constantly teaching somebody that, hey, you're doing the best that you can do. And they watch you and they see you and they want to do better because they see you doing what you
That's
do
true. Yeah.
every day. So that gives you a reason to do exactly what you're doing every single day and every single moment because somebody's watching you and you don't know who's watching you. And trust me, for years, I didn't know who was watching me. And then when I realized that you, my peers, my cooks, people who have seen me, they're constantly watching me. And my kids are constantly watching me. And to give up at a point to where I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore, it would be doing the just service, this just service because I feel that not only do I need to do it for everyone else, but I need to do it for myself because I've worked so fucking hard to get to this point that I would be pissed if I let any one of y'all down.
Exactly.
And I will never, ever, ever do that. And when I felt that a few years ago after I got burnt out from winning all these fucking awards and that's all I was chasing, I really need to settle back down, and I'm so glad that where I'm at right now, flipping burgers and doing shit, like making sausage, it reminded me of what I loved about food, and that was just making people happy.
Yep.
And I love seeing this and where y'all at because it makes me fucking happy seeing people who are making food that makes people happy. That they're not chasing James Beard Awards, Michelin stars, or any of that. And I want that. Trust me. I know you want it too. But at the end of the day, is if
What
you
you're
don't
pumping out.
if you don't win that award, that doesn't mean shit. You still did a great
It doesn't
fucking
negate
job.
back.
You still did a great fucking job, and no one can take that away from
Yep.
you. And I need more people to understand that. Like, I get it. I know what that shit means to you because it brings customers, it brings people. But if you don't win that, it's not the end of the fucking world. And I have seen people
Crumble.
and because they didn't, but I have also seen people thrive and succeed because they didn't give an absolute fuck what a goddamn Michelin star was. And you know what? I applaud them more than anybody because that is something that I wish I could feel was I didn't have to have that to make me feel good. You know, it's not a envious thing. It's I admire that about y'all.
And
I admire people who take time like you with your family and stuff. I started admiring this, and this is why I started taking vacations and such. I started being more with my family because I admire you, Jim.
I admire people who that spend time with their family, who just do what they want to do, and they don't care about nobody else. That's where I want to be at in life all the time now, because I admire you guys.
Damn, man, y'all both have kids. Y'all have kids, right?
I got like 9 kids and shit.
I'm trying to get my youngest into PK, so you
I have
know
no-
we can
I have
the
no
mornings
kids.
free.
I don't have any kids
But
that
hey-
I know of, you know. So,
Should have got tied up.
Don't worry about it. You know, to each
so what would
their
you
own.
be if
If I was not cooking, I would probably I would want to be a musician. I would want to play the piano, a string, or piano
I'd
string.
be
Or,
a cello.
But you know what? You know what exactly? I don't- like if when I say mine, I'm gonna sound repetitive because I feel like it's kind of like it's the same. You know, we
Because
want to be, give
it's a
something out, and you
philosophy.
want to make people happy in a way,
It's-
not in a eating way, but
just in a general
People-
way.
people
Hospitality.
love what? People love food, and if you have food, what do you need? Music.
Oh, always. I
You know
tell
what I'm saying?
people this is a common trait. So people always say, they're like, why are y'all always kind of like the same, like chefs in general and stuff? People who cook. Here's what. There's a common trait you have to be able to go, this tastes great. Try my stuff. There's a very humbling thing that you have to do to.
It's my pop's
That's
birthday.
food,
It's my
you know.
pop's birthday today, so
Hey, happy birthday.
we're over here.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Cumpleaños. But there's a certain thing that you have to. Does you want to come?
It's my
Feliz
dad.
cumpleaños.
He's the one that got me into this business.
Yeah?
Nice.
Yeah.
Who's that? Hello, Hector.
Martín.
Martín.
Mi papá.
Mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto a ustedes también. Tu
Oscar.
cumpleaños. 21 años today.
Oh.
Ah,
Hoy me pueden comprar una,
22.
hoy me pueden comprar una mula y me la tomo.
Yeah, so he's the one that got me, taught me a lot of things that I know here. You know, and man, just, it's,
Y yo con mis padres, ellos han trabajado en bodegas, puro bodegas. Forklifts, clamps, ¿y verdad?
Pues no fue mi
Y
suerte, yo pura comida,
¿Sí?
industria de la comida desde 15 años,
¿Haciendo qué?
haciendo comida, restaurante.
Pues, ¿de qué comida?
Bueno, trabajé Black Eyed Peas 36 años, desde dishwasher, busboy, prep, line cook,
Lo
kitchen
importante.
manager,
Lo importante.
y ahí terminé.
Mis padres abrieron una traila de mariscos.
Oh, ¿dónde fue?
Oh, sí,
Sí.
Él es.
ah, sí, sí,
¿Me
no, sí,
reconoces?
el-
¿Verdad? Sí. So, ellos, es el dinero que ellos invirtieron, son las recetas de ellos. Yo nomás estoy allí para asegurar que están haciendo las cosas igual, cada vez, la misma vez. Consistencia, ¿verdad?
Claro.
Si hacen un platillo, es igual la semana pasada, una semana en el futuro, ayer, en la mañana, ya para
Cuando estás
irnos.
ocupado.
Es
lento.
igualito,
Es
Es
muy
lo que
importante
yo-
desde que abres hasta que cierras, igualmente tiene que ser la...
¿verdad?
Muy
¿Verdad? Como
importante.
el McDonald's. Vas a McDonald's, compras un McChicken, es el mismo McChicken de el mes pasado, la semana pasada, el McChicken que vas a comprar mañana, ¿verdad? Consistencia, la gente sabe que van a comprar si van a su negocio, ¿verdad? Y es lo que yo estoy tratando de implementar con mi gente, que hagan las cosas la misma vez, cada vez, sin fallar. No me importa si están crudos o no durmieron o están cansados.
Ahí
No
están.
importa, no importa.
Porque
Igualito.
cuando la gente va a
igualito.
comer y dice en la mañana, cuando se despierta o para lunch, se me antoja un McChicken o un Chick-fil-A sandwich.
O un marisco
¿Saben?
mitotero.
Sí, saben que va a ese lugar y vas a ver igual siempre y nunca le va a fallar.
Y
es
están
lo que quieres.
asegurados usar su dinero porque saben lo que van a recibir.
Es la única razón por qué el cliente regresa ahí.
Sí. Sí.
Y siempre lo va a regresar. Denlo por seguro que si es uno consistente, va a regresar. Yo tengo mis lugares favoritos. Yo tengo 62 años hoy. Y tengo mis lugares favoritos. ¿Por qué voy ahí? Porque me gusta, por el
Y
servicio,
pruebas.
la amabilidad, la consistencia de la comida.
Todo es importante. Con mis jefes a veces están como, no importa, no importa, está bien, pero yo les trato de decir, todo importa, no importa lo que es, si lo hacemos bien, va a salir bien, y si nos importa y todo el mundo lo hacemos, pues a lo mejor regresan, a lo mejor no, ¿verdad? Y yo quiero evitar eso, yo quiero que cada persona que venga a comer, le damos la comida lo mejor que podemos hacer y que regrese.
Y platicar con ellos.
Exacto.
Yo he ido mucho a food trucks donde,
Es,
man, I'm gonna.
¿qué es tu orden?
We went
Okay,
now we
bye.
went to Spanish, right? Now
It's okay. No, I can understand.
no, because I've been to food trucks where I walk up to the food truck and they just look at you. They don't give you recommendations. They don't say this. They don't say that. They don't say hi. They don't say, you know, it's that's the basic thing to say as being as a
Hospitality.
human. No, but being
Hospitality.
being a person, you know, just saying, hey, how you doing today?
Making that
You know,
connection.
it's a connection, making them, you know, in that one when I used to manage and manage chef, whatever, I would tell the employee, and when I would train them, I would tell them, look, we're gonna try this theory. We're gonna try this theory. And we went up to guests and we're like, follow me. We went and I go, hey, how y'all doing? Welcome in. Would you want something?
No.
Okay. Then we went to the next table. Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome in. How y'all doing today? Or how y'all doing tonight? First time in, their face just lines up. Or, you know, it's different. You know, so and that changed the whole vibe from the table now. From that guest experience now. Now they're gonna be like, you know what? I want to drink.
Like when
Or
I was
whatever,
in,
you know.
when I
They're
was in
more
drama,
inclined to buy something when you're that much
game.
like, hey,
like
Cuidado.
engaging. Yes. Mucho gusto.
Cuidado ahí.
So like when I was in drama, the teacher would be like, turn around.
oh,
Now tell me a sentence, whatever. And say it with like a straight face or say it frowning. Now tell it to me with a smile. Right? Like, hello, welcome to Mariscos de Cachanilla. I am Oscar, whatever. She would be able to tell when you said it with a smile and when you said it with a straight face or with a frown. So the moment someone comes into the window, everything is important. The way you're looking, where you're looking, if you're smiling, body language, right? Sometimes, unfortunately, we're super busy and I have to take an order while I'm cooking.
you're like, hold on real quick.
Right? So I'm like, hold on real quick, and I'll turn around and I'll start cooking. And
Hey,
I'll turn, I'm
Oscar,
like,
Oscar,
how
I
can
feel
help
bad
you?
now.
You know? And I'm
Huh?
like, okay, cool.
Oscar, I
Give me
feel
1 second, and then I'll turn around and I like keep cooking. I'm like, okay, cool. How can I continue helping you? You know?
I feel bad now because your first time ever to my truck ever, you caught me on the ground
Hey,
because of my whatever, you know, it's
don't worry
and I
about
feel
it.
bad. And that's why I didn't want to get up. I was just there. I was like, oh, I
He
can't.
was consistent.
know-
He was on his back for like 15 minutes.
That's what she said.
Man, it was I had a power outage, blah blah blah, this and that. And it was just frustrating.
You can never like. I've had people.
And my
No,
brother
no,
was there. My brother was there. He was the one. My brother's more of like he's great and he helps me out because he has his full time job, but he helps me out.
He's badass.
Yeah, no, the way he talks to people, the way he brings people out, this and that.
Which
That's what he has.
he cares. If you care, then
That's not
you're
the
good.
battle.
But continue. Right? He cares.
No, but I felt bad earlier because I was already frustrated. I didn't want to get up because it was just in my head. I'm like, I have so many people out here, and they come out every Tuesday. So Tuesday here, I've been here. It's gonna be 4 years in October, and it's building up. Today's past 3 weeks have been dead. Well, this is dead. Past month or past year, 4 years.
I thought it was a.
But I'm here Tuesdays. Only
It's
Tuesdays.
Tuesday.
Just Tuesdays.
Okay. Because is there another?
Yeah.
shop? Okay, that's what I was wondering. I'm like, because I've been here a couple times because my house is straight shot down that way.
Nice.
Okay.
So like when I used to have La Onda or something, I would come here like on Friday. Like
Yeah, and for me, to tell you the truth, I'm not a big fan of perimeter locations. Me,
I mean, I'm okay with that.
me.
I
I like
am.
It makes sense.
you know, I like to focus more on events,
Logistics
private
is one of those
events,
things.
things like that.
You
Which
get to
work,
go
You know,
out.
so for me, you know, at the end of the day, it depends on what you want and what you need, and you know, for me, I'm not. I like that. I like to have some free time. You know, I want to. I don't want to just be at a location for 12, 15 hours. 12 hours, 10 hours. If nobody goes, you make no money. But if you have good stuff, whatever, people are going to go. Yes, I understand that. And there's times, even with me now, people texting me, where you at today? Oh, not today. You know, so it does affect me at times because it's planting that seed in people's heads. If I was here every day, I'm planting the seed every day in their head and saying, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And if I'm not here one day, oh, he's not here. They're gonna drive by here.
I know.
He's
I do.
here.
I do.
They're
That-
here.
That's me.
And
Like,
and if they're not here that day, you're gonna be like, oh, they're not here. I'm gonna stop the next day. They're gonna be like, oh, they're not gonna be there. So I'm gonna get Waterburger. Or I'm gonna stop over here.
that I
So
do.
it does, take away from your
I
business.
try to support as much local.
That's what I do. But I love
I spend an atrocious amount of money. I go out at least 4 times a week.
I can't do that.
I
Every
do.
time I leave somewhere, I get decimated. Literally, the fucking definition of the word decimated. I need to stay where I am because rent is cheap, and I rely on volume and foot traffic. If I go to an event and I charge a steady fee, I still make double where I'm at.
Oh yeah, you're gonna
So
make
we
you're
fix
you're
Pay me to come.
see his place there where he's at. Oh my god, that's crazy, bro. Where you're at, like that's like
You know,
I wouldn't
It's 'cause
leave either.
I'm in the middle of my targeted demographic.
Yeah, but I wouldn't leave either. If I was
Right.
there, if I had that,
So
fucking
you
keep
know?
it there.
we took into consideration where is it heavily populated and like dense Hispanic community, and how far are they going to drive from certain spots?
You wouldn't think about doing it in the South Side?
I will literally
South
lose
side, south-
2/3
south
of
That's
side.
where I live. I live in the South Side.
So
I grew up my whole life here in the West Side, and I moved to the
Move your
South
ass up
Side.
there.
so the
And I don't
goal-
like. I don't like it. I don't like it.
My wife grew up in River Oaks, and she will not fucking move. She'll
I grew up.
move.
No, I grew up in. I grew up in Como area. So I
Okay.
grew up in the Como area, so West Side, and then I lived over here for 20. 20. I'm 35, so 32 years. I moved to the South Side 3 years ago. I'm
Look,
getting used to it.
I'm from Abilene, Leantown, baby.
Crowley.
This is okay.
You're from Cali?
Crowley, North Crowley,
No, Crowley.
North Crowley. Where if you go down Hewlin, go south,
Holland Street.
it's gonna make you turn right or it's gonna make you turn left.
Uh-huh.
You turn left, and that's where my neighborhood is. Hewlin. I went to North Crowley. I was on varsity. As soon as I moved to California,
You said
they won state. I was like, I should have state.
Damn.
Motherfucker. But
It's okay.
yeah, I digress.
See, look at him. That's what I like. He interacts with everyone that's here. He
But-
talks to him.
That's
He cares. He
That's-
cares just as much as Carly I do.
right, and that's
And
caring.
he just look.
Going that extra
Oh,
way.
he's a good-looking guy too. Look at him. He's all, yeah, bitch. Dude, that's what you do. Look, I'm an older gentleman, so I always get my better-looking, like younger guys. I'm like, y'all go fucking.
That's him.
Yeah,
I don't mind washing dishes. I don't mind being back. I don't care.
On
You
my
know?
wife, and like, I know y'all bitches love me, sis. But I just let those guys go do that shit. Like, let me make money and fucking be happy.
I told Lanley Lancart because he's like, I'm too old to play the game. I was like, I'll be your show pony, man. You know? If you want to, put the business in and just fucking throw me fucking out there on that one. It's
Damn, but we'll go back to that. So you're a musician, teacher. For me, tell you the truth, if I wasn't doing this, I would still want to be a cop, firefighter.
because that's
something
where
like that.
your morals lie.
I love that. And I would, if you were to tell me you got a job position, being a job in California, I would say no. Anywhere, I want to be here. I want to protect my people, the people that I grew up, or a firefighter. That's what I would do.
That's all.
And that's how I'm conflicted because I did grow up in Alaska for 6 years and I lived in California for 9 years and I've been in Texas for 15, 16 years. So now I'm like, where do my initial roots lie? Am I this, DGK, dirty ghetto kid, riding 4-wheelers and fishing in Alaska?
I really
Being,
like that acronym.
barefooted and just doing whatever I wanted because
You're a Mexican.
I was
I'm a dirty
dirty.
folklore.
And then we moved to California, and then
That was us.
it's like California is expensive, and you don't have many luxuries. Now we're in Texas, and it's bountiful, and everything's just so
Vast.
large.
You gotta
Now
drive
I'm like,
everywhere.
who am I really? I don't know. I'm a mixture of everything.
Well, that's finding out who you are is a personal thing that I think, and this is why I say it, is because I've lived many lives throughout my life.
You're 45, right? You said.
Yes.
Have you found yourself?
Wait,
I found myself.
what's your birthday?
My birthday July 14th. I just turned 45.
July 14th.
So my
Happy late birthday, brother.
thank you. So here's where my life is intertangled. So all the badass kids and people who knew me before 2006 knew me as a different person as somebody who has known me from 2010 to now. So I absolutely love when I have friends who come in from out of town
Because it's a different you.
because they see me and they're like, I can't believe that. This is you now.
Yeah.
And I love that when I have a guest who has spent thousands and thousands of dollars on my stuff. Interact with these people because like they'll be telling stories like, oh, we love this food, it's so delicious. And then I have friends like, you smoke meth out of a stash can back in the day.
I plead the
But
fifth.
like, but no, I say this because I had to learn how to become the person that I wanted to be. And it took a long time for me to see that I was no longer that person that everybody saw in the light. I was somebody who, right now, you could go to any establishment and be like, hey, have you ever, did Victor work for you? And they're going to be like, yes, and he did an exceptional job. And that is the biggest compliment and the biggest thing that I can say that I've worked for my whole life is I love that. I love that I can have the two lives, the fuck up me and the me now.
Yeah.
And I had to do a lot of fucking up to be the me now, but that's okay to do. And if you're not okay with that, having the wrongs and having the bad, it'll never work out because it all makes us all of our mistakes.
That
Our
needs to be
mistakes
learned
make
from.
us-
But who's gonna like for me? If you were to ask me how was 8 years ago, I'm not the same person.
Yeah, no,
I'm not 8 years ago.
not. Absolutely not.
You know?
And people will be like, "Man, you changed." I'm like, it's not that I have.
Exponentially so when you find your
You
calling.
change for the better.
Yeah, and I believe I changed, but I still have that in me. So I don't believe I've changed. I feel like I just adjusted or I grew into a place that I wanted to be. Or, I don't hang around with the same people I did back in the day. And it's not because I don't want to, it's because I don't have the same goals. I don't have the same mindset as they do. So I want to have a different, and if I were to see them, they're still my people. And I'll be like, oh, I love you, but we grew up in, but I have something else in mind. So for me, it's like, I am a different person. But like you said, I still have that other side. Because like I said, I people that I've known the way they were, what we did, hung out, we doing stupid ass shit and blah blah blah. If I go back to them, I could talk about it, but why am I gonna talk back in the past? I want to go and I want to do stuff and I want to move forward. And what can I do? How can you help me? Or how can we help each other?
Right.
And now that I kind of see, like Oscar, I met Oscar at Don Artemio, and I never knew he had his truck. Somebody else told me about him, and then we would check it out.
Again, it's not me. Why put me? It's more than me. It's not about me. So I'm not gonna bring it up because it's not.
I
me.
never bring it up.
It's not
Every time,
egocentric, right? Like I don't care. It's the brand as a whole. I'm just a cog in the machine, right? Like
me too. I never say, "Oh, I'm go visit me." All these guys here, they're in Artemio, and they're like, "Oh," and they'll see me. They're like, "Oh, this is a guy from Taco Tuesday," and then I'm like, "Oh, why don't you say nothing?" I'm like, "Because why am I gonna say it? I don't have to say it."
And like I was talking to you before this, hopefully, I mean, he sees it that when I was there, all I did was try the best that I could. Every single thing I put on the window, I did my best. If I'm like, Omar, I'm sorry, it's not ready yet. It will be ready. Give me a second because I'm not just gonna put it up if it's not ready. If it needs to rest another 5 minutes, I'm gonna tell Omar it's not ready. It needs to rest. Right? Boom. Integrity.
Nicely
Discipline.
cut, nicely cut. All New York's nicely cut. The
Those are my favorite.
one thing, the pearl onions were always the same way
Yeah.
all the fucking time.
There's the little details that matter, you know?
And then not with you, man. It's like that's the things that those are the people that I want to interact, and that's who I want to be around. This guy right here, Caesar, same thing. Like he has kids, he's married, he has a job, he's doing this. You know, what is the excuse? Oh, I don't have time. He don't have time. I don't have time. We find time. You manage your time. You have a full-time job. You have all that kids.
I
You
have a
have
whole
kids
bunch of
married.
shit.
You know, so we all do that.
Well, that's the thing.
You know,
is
I don't
that-
have kids, so I can never say because I know I'm s- I'm not scared to have kids, but I love kids too much. And I know once I have kids,
Ain't
they're
gonna
gonna,
stop.
I want to be around them all the time.
Yeah.
But then again, everyone has told me that once you have kids and you have that same drive, you're gonna have bigger drive because you're gonna want to do it for them.
Yep.
That's why I do
So,
it.
you know, and like how you said earlier, you're like, you have those kids walking. I mean, you have people watching, but I know in your head, you're like, it's your kids. And that's what you said at the end.
Well,
You know,
my-
your kids at the end are the ones watching
yeah,
you. and-
I wouldn't do that. Wouldn't have done anything half as well if I didn't know that my kids were seeing all this.
Yeah.
My kids, again, I'll tell people this all the time. My kids think I'm the most coolest dad in the world, but only because they've been put in a situation to where since they were born, they've been going to all these
Restaurants.
restaurants
yeah.
and stuff. And,
Back in the house.
you know, people
Front of the
talk
house.
to you a lot, and they don't think it's cool anymore. They now when I go somewhere where nobody knows me, and I would rather spend the time cooking at home or going somewhere where it's just me and my kids and my wife, you know, and we're chilling. I'll go to Texas Roadhouse all day long, dude.
Man, fucking Roadhouse fucking smacks, man.
Like, for real. I'll go do that because I know at the end of the day, I can sit there and chop it up with my kids. My daughter will tell me how, the people at her, the customers at her job suck, and my family, that they work together. And I love hearing the interaction. And I don't think there's anything more appreciative of what I'm doing than hearing my kids.
How many?
Or
I got
having your
got
kids
three, and you got
actually
two?
eat your food.
You got two?
I got two.
2, 3.
And I'm a grandpa. But having your kids actually eat your food is like an accomplishment on its own. The other night, I made them a quesadilla with cheese. I finally, and I mean finally, diced onion, carrot, potato, and mushrooms, extra virgin olive oil. I cooked that on low for about like 10-15 minutes. Then I added a little bit of water. What else did I throw in there? I threw a bunch of shit inside. Regardless of the fact, I had my kids eat this nutrient-packed quesadilla, even though they didn't know what it was. Most of the time, I make them something simple. Yeah, I don't want it. But
Yeah.
if you could sneak stuff in your kids' food that you know they
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you could actually get them eat. And whenever they eat, feels good. Because majority of the time,
Me, like
They
I said,
don't
I don't have any kids. My nephews, my sister, they bring the kids over here all the time. I made them a little burger. They had a burger, and I went back outside, and he comes out and he goes, "Uncle," because they call me Omi. They can't say Uncle Omi. So he goes, "Uncle Omi, this is the best burger." He stood up.
who made this burger?
Yeah, he goes, "This is the best burger and food truck ever." He goes, "I wish I had 64 thumbs so I could give a 64 thumbs up." And I was like, "Oh man," you know. And then he was like, brought him the churros. He puts, he's like, "These are," he's like arching on the eating with his mouth. Oh man, those kids. Those kids for me. They my brother's kids. I got an older brother too. All those kids for me, it's my heart, man. It's, at times I can't take it too much.
It's different when it's your own kid.
That's what I'm scared of.
Don't be scared.
I would shove my kids' feet in my mouth, and I would just be like,
I wouldn't want to leave them. I wouldn't want to leave them.
See,
you have to.
you know, you gotta make them.
And better when they're super young and they don't really realize than when they're in like not middle school, but like kindergarten and preschool and first grade that they remember.
Yeah.
Luckily, my wife hasn't worked for 5 years and she's been kind of nursing all of them when they were little. They need that.
No, they need the mama.
That parental figure in their life, you know. And I couldn't even see us putting them in daycare. I get it.
Sorry,
You
it's
know?
hard.
I
I
get it.
didn't do that.
Yeah. And we could have, but luckily I've made enough that, you know, she doesn't have to.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
What do you think, both of y'all? What do y'all think has been the most challenging part of, like, obviously the open up a trailer, the staffing. What do you think is the most important thing that you would want to tell someone that's coming up? Like the number one thing, like not so like just number one important thing that you would say.
The hardest part, hands down, is let's say you're a track star and you've been training for a month. You've been waking up at 3 a.m. to run to like 4. You nap, and then you run again at 8, and then you nap, and then you run again at 1, and then you nap, and then you run again at 5, and then you nap, and then you run again at 9, and then you nap, and then you wake up at 3, and you nap. The hardest part is finding a way to motivate yourself to get up. Do it to the best of do it to the best of your abilities, knowing that if you fail today, it can ruin your life. That's how I see it, at least. I have to wake up today. Like the first interview I did with them, we would have 5 sales a day. We would take turns sleeping on the floor. But those 5 sales, I cannot stress the fact that we did it to the best of our abilities. And then it jumped to 10. And then it jumped to 20. Now that we're doing 350, 400 individual sales a day, that's even more of a precedent now. It's doing it the same each and every time. Waking up tired because you got your ass kicked the day before and waking up with the same drive. Fuck passion. You know, you could fall out of love with something. You could fall.
No.
You could
I will
fall.
let you go
Hell
on with
yeah,
that.
that's what I like. That's all I want to see. Hell yeah.
You could fall out of love with something and keep doing it because that's all you've known. But if you don't have the drive and the grit and the conviction to see your end goal, which is mine, and I've told him already, is I want at least a Michelin star. I might not get it, and I've accepted it, but I'm trying towards the fact, right? Having the conviction and the drive and the discipline to do it the same way each and every time, regardless of who the hell is in front of you and if they're giving you a hard time. If they're giving you the hard time, work harder for them to leave with a smile. If you gotta comp their food and give them something fucking for free and come back and spend another $40, then cool. Thank you for your business. I'm sorry we had a trouble in the beginning, but I'm glad you're leaving happy. Right? That's the hardest part. It's not waking up like, fuck, gotta go to work. Waking up like, cool. Another day, another motherfucking dollar. Right?
And I agree. And I will.
I want to hear yours. I want to hear yours.
Please.
So I used to chase stars. I used to chase the Woolworths. I used to chase all that. Where I learned from just for myself. None of that shit matters. At the end of the day, if you lose your restaurant, I've lost twice. I have 2 restaurants that not only were they accoladed, I've won Chef of the Year twice. I've had best restaurant, best pizza, best seafood, all these fucking things. None of that shit matters. None of it. Because at the end of the day, You can lose your Maresco points. You can lose your place. But they did not tell you what you've done, not only just done, but done right, and how far you were. Okay? Because if that doesn't pan out, it's not the end of you. It's not. There could always be something else. And it's something that I've already told you today. Don't measure yourself by your accomplishments. Measure yourself by how many times you have fucking failed, got back up, and fucking went right back to work and said, fuck you, this is what I'm gonna do.
Rocky Balboa.
Shit,
Thank you.
I fell on a daily basis. For
Thank
me,
you.
I feel like I
Look,
fell on a daily
I'm
basis.
telling people this right now. You're gonna fail. It doesn't matter. You're gonna
You're
fail.
gonna
How many times
cause
you get up?
the business hundreds
But
of
you
dollars.
have to get back up. You have to put on a fucking smile. You have to do what we do on a daily basis. And you have to be that person that our customers want.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter if you're slinging burgers, ceviche,
Making tacos.
it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, the people who love what you do will continuously come back because of the hospitality that y'all have provided and how you have made them feel in that moment that they came to your goddamn place and ate at your establishment. And there's nothing that they can take away from you. Look, and this is a quote that I will tell you. This is what I'm going to end by. If you live for the cheers, you will die by the fucking booth.
Yep.
And let me tell you, y'all don't deserve it. Period. So you go out there and you fucking do this shit.
Hell yeah. Dang, I love both of those. That was nice. Because at the end of the day, like I said,
You know what I mean?
for me, I wake up every day like it's a new challenge. Whether I fucked up the day before, I fuck up. Like I said, I believe not that I fuck up, but I feel like, you know what? It's good. But I feel like I could get up the next day and I'm like, I'm gonna be
So,
better.
Like,
You know?
I was a fan of school and I love science and the scientific method. Find something that works and improve upon it. If it doesn't work, discard. If it's working, refine and refine and refine and refine.
I love that.
Make it second nature. Right?
I'm a scientific guy. Here, I learned about the scientific approach about everything.
Hey,
The variables of what they have, because it's either a right or wrong.
Yeah.
When the variables don't match us up, it gets a little bit because they don't understand that variable of the gray. So the variable of the gray where you have all this shit is where we live by.
Yeah.
Because that's what we are gonna live by every day. There's no true costing, there's no true whatever it is. Because every day's different for us.
Yeah.
Because you have a food truck, you have a food truck, I have a food truck, I have a random ass restaurant and I have other shit I gotta deal with. But every variable of the day is gonna make something different. You're not gonna have the same two continuous things. I don't care what systematics, SOPs, program you have in place, the variables of every day in life and what the fuck is gonna happen. This is the restaurant. It's a fucking wave. There's a reason.
is that why you think we're fucking alcoholics?
I'm an
No.
alcoholic.
I mean, alcoholics go classes, so
I feel like it's
But I'm
because
still
it's
gonna
just
go
there.
for it.
It's right there.
Look,
You know? It's right there.
there's a reason we call ourselves the wave. You ride the wave of the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it's a high one or a low one. You're going to ride that wave until whatever it is you are trying to accomplish and trying to do is going to be that end goal. And you're going to have successes, you're going to have failures. But at the end of the day, the only thing that you have to worry about is if this is what you want to do. And if you're doing it, you're doing it to a manner that you want. Nothing else matters.
if you were to ask me when I first started, I started with my dad. He was doing everything. He was buying everything. He was planning everything. He was doing whatever. The more that we were waking up at 5:30, 5 in the morning, we would sell breakfast tacos. So it was chorizo, bacon, potatoes, and we had like three items: gorditas,
Shit.
tacos, and that's it. I think that was it. And then all of a sudden, we kept going, blah blah blah. We were making $50 a day. We were making $100 a day. We were making 200. I was looking at my Square reports from back in the day. I was like, God, how can you live? And then the more that I win, I was like, I never got paid. I never got paid. We paid my truck off in 6 months. Everything that we made
back into the business.
everything we put in.
Hey, I can.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Go.
You're
No,
good.
you're good.
Go. Get these
Go ahead, Omar.
And then I just felt like I was too vested into it that I couldn't leave anymore.
Felt stuck.
So that's how I got not stuck. That's how I felt like I got stuck into it. Because I was like, man, this is not what I want to do. I want to do something else. At that time, I didn't know anything about tacos. So I just ate them. But the more that I got into it, was more of like, man, I'm kind of too deep into now where I kind of like this now.
Yeah.
And then now I got more. And then now I'm just like, fuck, every day. That's all I think of. What can I do?
Tacos.
What
Me
am
too. I'm constantly thinking of different menu items for not only mariscos, but for Café Nopal. So on my chef jackets, I have a little memo pad. And as soon as I get an epiphany or like get an idea,
That's me.
jot it down. Regardless if it's like even feasible, just might as well write it down, right? If you thought of it in the moment and you thought it might work, it might have some link of truth to it. Why not write it down? Right now, I'm working on these edible shots for Café Nopal.
Oh, nice.
If I do open up a breakfast spot and have like coffee and maybe a liquor license, have a little section on the menu where it's like edible shots where you get maybe like a little cube of sandia and it has just the same amount of alcohol content as a shot, but it might have like a little cube of sandia with like salt and tajin, maybe a little chamoy drizzle, and you have a mangonada, right?
You know what I like about you though? It's like you'll say it, and
don't
you're exactly because at the end of the day, it's like recipes. Recipes are everywhere.
Yeah.
But if you don't make it the same way, the procedures of how to do certain things, it's not gonna be the same thing.
It's not gonna be the same. It depends on the skill and the competency of the cook, which is why, like I mentioned beforehand, when I worked for Lanny Lankart, on his recipe book, the majority of them, if they weren't too complicated, said, "Do it." Like you have your mise en place, you have your current knowledge of how to cook something, do it. You know what I mean? And it might come out good, might come out bad. If it comes out bad, we know where you fucked up and we could improve upon the fact, right? Which is my recipes too. I got my recipes down to the point where if I gave it to you and y'all take a picture of the end product, it looks exactly like mine. Because I leave no room for interpretation. No room for interpretation.
And you know what? If I was to ever have a restaurant, I don't want to sound in a bad way,
just
but
say it.
but to make it in a restaurant, I would make everything kind of saying like the kitchen staff are dumb.
Yeah. I mean,
everything is done in a way that's like you could have anyone there, it doesn't matter who it is. And it's because that's one thing that I learned. One of my buddies that I know and I care for, and those are one thing. We have the same thing where it's like doesn't matter who's in today. Oh, your best employee.
Standard operating procedures.
SOPs. So here's what I'm gonna say, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I love all you guys, but I do tell people this a lot.
Yeah.
I run my kitchens like everyone's the dumbest motherfucker in the world.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day,
common sense is not common.
And you can tell everyone the same thing, and 20 people will hear this. But only 3 of them are gonna be like, I get what you're saying. But you constantly I tell everyone's like my child. I treat everyone like a kid. I'm like, here you go, kiddos. Let's do this. But it's not from a vindictive or a very mean way. It's because
we just want it to be right. We don't want to waste. I told you to cut these chives I didn't tell you exactly how I wanted these chives cut, but you cut the chives and now they're fucked, and I gotta toss
Yeah.
a whole fucking container.
Yeah, but it's not how you what's said, it's how you say it. And if you have that connection with your staff, and you have, for me, I believe if you have a good connection with your staff and you treat them well, and not always just with pay, but just treating them well, talking to them right, and telling them, you know what, hey, today, even if like, let's say in a big kitchen where you have a guy that's getting, he's number one, uh that you pay in that kitchen, you're like, man, it's gonna be slow this week, and he's your number one guy, like, he's gonna cost your labor up kind of high, So there's,
40%.
you're not gonna tell him, you're not just gonna cut his days.
I'm
You know,
going home.
Like, you
If
can't
it's
just cut him.
40%.
You just can't cut his days. Like, in a way, I believe if you talk to him and tell him, hey, bro, like, it's gonna be a little dead set this week, or I'm gonna cut somebody else, but I need you to do this because if not, I have to cut your days. But it's the way you word things, the way you talk to people. I believe, yeah, you can manage it, but not everybody understands that kind of way. And you could take it one way, you could take it one way, and I could talk to him, and it's gonna be totally different. So as long as you have that connection with each of your employees and talk to them the way they can understand, they're gonna be there for you. And if one day something happens, they're the first ones to jump and do those things for you.
Which it comes to leading by example.
Example.
I even like the people at Don Artemio ask anybody. I would never ask somebody to do something that I wouldn't do it myself. Whenever health was coming and we got a 98, Eric is like, Oscar, health is coming. I know you know what to do. Just look around your station, look around the line, do whatever the fuck you need to do to fucking fix it. Because Eric is like Hernandez.
Eric is coming.
Eric Hernandez.
I thought he was coming.
He was busy.
You don't like this, Eric.
No. He's like, I don't care, just get it done. Yes, chef. Get it done. Right? I would be on my hands and knees, scrubbing the little drain on the floor.
As you should.
Right. Like
Little boy.
I would
Sorry.
behind the line, scrubbing the wall, scrubbing the gas line, scrubbing everything, right? Getting as clean as I possibly can because I knew that's what needed to be done if health is coming. So every person that I train or works under me, I'm like, if I tell you to do this, it's not because I don't want to do it, it's because I can't do it. I need your help and I'm delegating.
I need you to
If
do
I
this.
could do it, I would do it. But because I can't do it, please do it the way I taught you. Please do it as fast as I taught you and let me know when you're done. Right? Because if you just give somebody a prep list, they're like, oh, I got 6 things to do in 8 hours. They're going to take their sweet ass time doing their 6 things in 8 hours. Right? So I would just lead by example. If I'm like, hey, can you sweep the line? And I wait 10 seconds, then I'm counting down the line. 1, 2, 3. I hit 10. Nobody's picked up that fucking broom. I'm picking up that broom and I'm sweeping the line by myself.
I will say this.
Right?
Look, I love your enthusiasm about that, but after 30 years,
And I'm 10 years in. I'm gonna get to your point eventually.
good. By then, hopefully I'm fucking retired. But everybody's different, and we're in an age now where things are different. I can no longer tell people how I used to tell people to shut
too.
the fuck up and clean that fuck
Yeah.
up.
Like, why are you telling me no?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't react like that, or I do not exert myself like that. So now,
because it comes off as aggressive.
yeah, let me tell you, I don't like that nowadays. But I've gotten really good at being like, hey guys, like, just like lead by example. I'm a horrible boss. I'm a great leader.
Sorry,
I do
guys.
not
Sorry,
like-
guys.
Do not like telling people just what to do. I would rather do it with you and then let you fly like a little butterfly.
Like, have
So-
you seen the Ray Charles movie where the mom's like, I'll do it first, we will do it together, and the third time you're on your own.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing. Like, I only expect to tell you a few times before I, like, are you even paying attention? Do you even care?
Yeah.
Like, if I would joke with my family and my friends, like, if I start interviewing for Café Nopal, and a guy interviewing for a server position comes in without a pen, and I'm like, cool, I need you to fill this out, and he's like, can I borrow a pen? I'm like, in my head, you're gone. You know, if I have a cook coming in my first day, hey chef, what's up? How, what can I do? What time am I leaving today? I'm like, you could leave right now. Like, what the fuck? Or, hey chef, can I have Thursday, Friday off? I'm like, you know what? Yes.
You want
You can have Thursday, Friday off, and
And
I'll give
Saturday,
you
Sunday.
Saturday,
Yeah,
Sunday,
don't
Monday,
get
Tuesday,
that.
Wednesday off. You know what I mean? Like, bye. Like, whenever I would join the
Yeah.
ask everybody at dinner too. I didn't ask for 2-3 weeks how much I got paid. I didn't ask what my schedule was because I went there to work, and that was expected of me. And if someone comes to work for me, I expect them to have at least some of the same drive, or
It's getting harder and harder for us to find these guys because
might as well weed them out
Hey,
early.
you know what I would do? What I was taught also is so when they applied. So they applied and I would tell them, all right, come in a uniform, like come to work. Because at times the first time they'll go in and whatever, being a hostess, being this, being that, whatever. I was telling them, all right, for your uniform, you need black slacks, you need the shoes that are not slip, blah, blah, blah. Come already dressed like you're coming to work, but it's just an interview. And then what I was taught is also is take them for a walk. So we used to take them for a walk around the restaurant and tell them, oh, here's this, here's that, and see how they walk. Because if they have no urgency to walk or how they're taking their time, you did not hire them. And that's what I was taught. And I'm like, and when I first got there, I was like, man, it's crazy. But you would know because if they're just, walk slower than you and they're younger than you, you're kind of like,
There's no intent. There's just okay. When I went to Don Artemio, it's because Eric was like, "Hey, you want to work here? Apply now." I applied. I left my job at ProSnap in Kolachi, right? Because I was working there, and it was to learn and get my sense of urgency back. Because being in a small confined food truck, you lose that pep in your step. You're like, "Fuck, I need to get this," and it's 20 steps that way. You're moving, right? And coming out with your whole mise en place instead of walking back and forth.
I think that's where I took the best of whatever someone taught me, and I'm applying it in every level. It doesn't matter if I'm in a food truck or if I'm doing a pop up right there. Every measure is a calculated, thought out, methodical fucking thing. I think about things 1,000 times a day, but it's good to take what we've done and apply it to what we're doing. And it doesn't matter if you're in a food truck. It doesn't matter if you're doing a pop up. It doesn't matter where you're at. Those applications apply everywhere, everywhere. And
yes,
and
they
you
do.
see it. Like you can tell when someone comes in or someone's doing. You're like, oh shit, this guy's he needs some help right now, or just like today when I got in and your truck was out. I'm like, all right. I'm looking around. I'm like, what's he doing? I was like, have you checked?
How can I help? Yeah.
Has you checked this? But that's because you become so engulfed in doing.
And especially like yourself. If you were to come up and tell me, hey Omar, like I don't know you, but you've been in the game so long, you've had a food truck, you've had more experience than I have. I wouldn't take it in a bad way, and I wouldn't say like, oh, you're stepping on my toes. And people would. There's some people that kind of feel like other food truck people that I know.
They just don't
They,
like being
yeah, but they're more of like, oh, you're competition.
It's
it's like that.
gatekeeping.
Yeah, I don't like
I don't like that. It's
No.
that competition that I have is myself. It's the only one that I have.
There is enough money in this motherfucking city for the 3 people who have 3 different establishments
Can survive.
and let me tell you, I learned this very, very much when I started doing this. The only reason I sit here, again, I tell people this all the time. If it wasn't for you, it wasn't for them, or wasn't for everybody in this whole damn city, I wouldn't be shit.
Yep.
I would be still the same old Victor
Shit,
it was 20 years ago. But I feel fortunate enough that I did exactly what you two did. I put my fucking head down. I worked really fucking hard.
Yep.
And we're here right now doing a podcast.
There's times I feel like I still ain't shit. And then,
But
and
that's
then other,
imposter syndrome, man.
and then other
Everybody suffers
days,
from
and then
that.
there's some days that I'm like, God damn, Omar, you fucking just did all this shit. And I pat myself, and I never do that. I never do that. And I think I should do a little bit more often because I'm the biggest
Like,
asshole towards me.
But I've seen your catering events, and it's like well thought out. You know, from the lighting to where you position your catering, your chafing dishes. Like you are succeeding because you put detail and like thought into everything. You don't just do blah. You
Oh yeah,
curate an experience for whoever hired you.
I try to.
Not that.
I try to, man. The other day I had a wedding, and I bought chef coats,
I saw it.
bought everything, and then they were like, "Man, this is amazing. They're just tacos. Like, why y'all dressed up like this?" We're like, "Well, we want to be in it. It's a wedding."
You
know?
dress how you want to
Exactly. So that's when I start implementing now, where I'm like, I want to be a little bit more, not just like taco. I want to separate myself. So I started doing different things. I'm changing my name up right now. I'm doing different cuisines. You know, I just want to separate myself and kind of show what I have, not just with my name. You know,
You need a constant anchor, constant tie. My chef jackets, it's a constant reminder of what I've done, where I've been, and where I want to go. And that I notice whenever I take it casual and I'm washing my whites, I'm like, I notice like a gear slower, opposed to when I have it on. I feel like I'm on myself, kind of like a general in some fucking army,
Oh,
and you're like
you got that suit on, or you're
right? So like me, I could have the option of just wearing a white tee with my apron, but I wear the chef coat because it is a constant reminder of the industry. Yeah.
I'm going to say this out of the utmost respect. So
No worries.
As someone who's been in the business for 30 years, I've worn that chef coat with fucking pride my whole life.
Oh yeah.
So now that I am a leader of my businesses, establishment,
You no
fuck
longer
that shit. I ain't gonna lie. I like wearing my shirts. I like my backwards hats. I like.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that either.
No,
You know,
there's nothing wrong with that. And I applaud everyone who wants to wear that coat because I dreamed of wearing that coat my whole life.
me too.
But now that I've gone to the point to where I'm the equivalent of the old Jewish guys who was in Florida, they're sitting with their lounge. That's where I'm at right now.
Would you think? People ask me, "Are you a chef?" And I say no. I tell people,
No.
Do you think that's?
I
Hell yeah! Primero, hole in one. No, that was a hole in one.
Man, good job.
Hell yeah!
Well, I myself didn't start calling myself a chef until I won Bon Appetit's 50 Best League Restaurants in America, Chef of the Year in Fort Worth twice,
Damn!
Sausage King of Fort Worth magazines, and all this other shit. I didn't care about calling myself anything.
Right? And I mean, I still
But
don't.
no, you can now. That was your own thing. My thing was this. I didn't want somebody to come up to me and be like, well, you're not really a chef. I've been a butcher. I've done pastas, pastries. I have sauces. I've done whatever the fuck I needed to do to showcase now what I do.
Oh yeah.
And it had to take my staff to tell me, you are exactly who you want to be.
Yep.
And it's something to call yourself that.
See, I still don't. I don't know why. People ask me like, no, I try to make people happy. That's what I do.
It's just if that's what the end goal is, and you feel that is, that's
Because it's this is tough. The business that we're in, look, there's we can have the richest man that owns restaurants standing right there, and we can have the richest man that makes these chairs tables. I mean, sorry, these tables standing next to each other, and we're gonna like the guy that has a restaurant
Opposed
over
to the
the
craft
other guy.
Depends on who the guy is who owns the restaurant.
like sister brother design, you know.
I mean,
used to have sister brother design all my. Thank you.
you know,
Talking
and
about-
shit, because everyone's gonna be like, oh, I had my dinner, my wedding, or my dinner at your restaurant.
And that's
But this table that made nothing for me. Like I have no emotion
why
attached.
don't you say that? Because
You saying?
this is where I like. This is where I thrive on it. I promote so much local business. Everything that I had was from a local.
Hey, get me out there, brother.
You can
Tag
some
me.
time. I got look. He'll tell you.
This is
I-
why we do this. It's network.
It's it's the networking, it's the promoting of other people's businesses. If this is how Fort Worth's supposed to be. This is how Fort Worth.
Man, I've been here my whole life, and I love it. I wouldn't go anywhere else unless I retire somewhere else where I already have my spot. But
I think you're.
I love it here. I love it here.
I think what you're doing.
And-
one of the things
And
that-
tell you the truth, I started this in 2018. I stopped 2 years with COVID. I almost sold it.
Damn.
the thing you did.
And this place got me going again. If you see the other the podcast I did with them, I'll tell you the story on that. But then again, now after 4 years, I feel like I'm barely getting started. I feel like I'm new right now, where I'm like,
Good.
damn, I finally found my place, like my where I'm going. But I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I'm barely getting
That's
going
where
right now.
you're gonna
But-
succeed.
But
You know,
refine.
Oh, yeah.
Make your job easier for yourself. If you're doing the same shit you're doing now, next year, you're fucking up. You gotta be better.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like me, Mariscos 4 years ago, completely different. 3 years ago, completely different. When I just
yeah.
left Righteous Foods and completely left working for other people, completely different to where we are now. You have to evolve and change with the volume that you got. You can't just stay the same. You got to make things better and better.
Yeah,
and
because this,
better.
like for me, this has been the past year and a half. This is all I do. You know, and it was tough. You know, it was tough. I quit my job of 15 years. I bought a home, got married, everything, all within 2 months.
Damn.
And my dad was pissed. He's like, "How are you gonna do that?" Like, I'm like, "I'm not scared anymore. I know what I can do, and I know what I could provide,
Yeah.
and I know I'm gonna do it." And it lit a fire under my ass. Now I just can't stop.
And that's what it is.
You know, I can't stop. Now.
Is the said
And if I got
individual.
people like around me, man, just make wants.
Yeah,
I want
no,
more. I
you
want
wanna do
more.
it,
I
right?
want more.
But
Exactly.
it takes your peers. It takes all. Like, literally takes a whole village. Plus on points to where.
Yeah. I even got a buddy. I got a buddy that every day or every other day he tags me on the Forward Foodies, puts my name out. Shout out Caesar Saragoza. Every fucking day tagging me. All this shit.
Yeah.
He always puts I need my 10%. You'll get your 10% one day.
2%, motherfucker.
I'll get your 10% one day.
per year. Per year.
But man,
I
it's
got to friends the other day. I'm like, bitch, you're not drinking all that shit.
y'all drink? You like to drink?
Yes.
Me too. I'm
I'm
a fucking boozer, bro.
I'm a mezcal.
You're not a big drinker, are you?
I sip. I'm a Scotch guy, so neat. You know, if it's a really good Scotch.
I'm a dasher guy.
Me, I'm a fucking Macallan or Oban.
I love a Talisker, Bunnahabhain,
No, Muscat.
Talisker, Lafroy, Lagavulin.
You ever been in Scotland?
You put on my tent, right?
Eventually, yeah.
You should go if you like Scott.
Yeah, no. Scott,
Eventually. That's what-
Macallan, Johnny Walker.
That's what I'm working towards. It's because I just bought a house. I'm still not struggling, but like finding a rhythm to get paid, pay the bills, get paid, pay the bills, get paid, pay the bills.
Man, it's tough, man. It's man. There's times They're smashed for
I'm
me.
$9,000 away from paying off my Forerunner. So as soon as I pay that off, all my cars are paid off, and I'm just paying
I'm
about the
fucking, I think
house.
1,500. So 1,500 on my Tundra.
lot.
On my Tundra. And I'm never buying a car.
Yes, sir.
I'm never buying a car after that.
So I just want to say thank you guys for coming. Right? We digress a lot. There's not a lot of structure to this podcast, you know. But as the days come, as the episodes build up, I would like to, make topics and get things more structured, make it more convenient on people and their time. I just want to say thank you, Omar.
Thank you, sir.
You got to know a glimpse of me at Don Artemio. And Victor, I got the pleasure of cooking for him at Taco Head. Sarah Castillo would go in and be like, Oscar, this guy's at the bar. He's at blah, 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 blah. I need you to make his food, but the best to your abilities. I guarantee you, I strayed from procedure to make your food as best as I can. And I would go and be like, hey, man, how was your food today? You're like, perfect, bro. Thank you. And I would walk away. Him not knowing who the fuck I was at the time.
Look, and this is what I like to say. Again, I've got an extraordinary chance of working at really good restaurants and having really good people throughout the years who have seen me grow, but I've also seen them grow. And seen people like you grow wherever I'm at. And the biggest compliment and the biggest thing that I have to say out of all this is I appreciate all.
Yeah.
Like you can't take that kind of thing away. It feels good to know that the younger generation of Coldwater and everybody that's comes up is now beginning to see something that has been a very big rotation of our labor of love of what a lot of older chefs here for Worth have been trying to breed, and I love that we're all like intermingling and
Everything they implemented, to implement to all that, for now to be what it is. In like the same thing what I said, it's like I feel like Fort Worth is barely being put on the map.
Yeah.
Like DFW area, because like 20 years ago, 15 years ago, people didn't want to do this. And now it's like
It's cool to be a chef.
yeah.
now everybody wants to do this. Now this and that.
Not everyone, but the people who can handle this shit, that's who they want. The
Yeah.
people who look, if you want to show up on time, if you want to give it your all, if you want to fucking work for people who just love what they do, this is the job for you.
My dad would tell me all the time. So my dad's like one of the worst bosses to have, because that's what people say, that he's the worst boss. If you're late for he says that there's no reason why you should be late for work.
I agree.
Doesn't
I
matter. And I told him one time, I was like, what if you get a flat tire? I'm like, that's why you should leave earlier.
Check the night before.
My dad, no.
Before I hop in my car, I walked around and I checked the tires.
My dad,
That's a quick.
he works at 2. He'll be ready at 12 with his clothes on.
If you go to California and you're waiting for a
I'm like-
flight, I'm going 2 hours in advance.
Exactly. There's one time when my sister was having her baby. My mom goes, I'm not going to work today. And he was like, why? Why not? He's like, she's having a kid. My dad was like, why? You just go after. It's like, you're just going to be in the waiting room, waiting, falling asleep until she has the baby. And I'm like, what the? Then another time, someone got at a job, got arrested. And they're like, I can't go today because I got to get him out of jail. And my dad was like, what? You're the lawyer? Like, I know how it works. You pay the bond, wait for him. That's it. And I'm like, God. So that's where I get a lot of that shit from me, like from him, from my dad. My dad's work. And I agree with that, but there's certain times they have to have a little balance.
That's why now I see that my wife likes to go on vacation once a year.
But I think that's other topics that we should have. Like he said, we should have different topics.
I want to have a dad's topic where we talk about like
I guess
small
I'll be
achievements we've done with our kids, and
I guess I'll be out of that
whatnot,
topic. But
because
No,
school just started, so I'm gonna be waking up to take the kids to school.
Like, how do
And
you
stay up.
balance work with your life? Those are
You
topics.
take it day by
That's
day.
a whole different conversation.
Because I get home from work.
Do you
and-
cook work foods at home foods?
No, my wife cooks, but I get home with the
bet
kids
she
tired,
Bet-
and the kids have more energy, so they're up for another hour when they should have gone to bed before I got there. So now, since school's starting and I'm still working the same hours, it's gonna be a little difficult getting them to bed, me showering, and maybe eating if I didn't eat all day before I go to bed
Give them
without
Benadryl.
waking everybody else.
They'll go to right to bed.
We limit
You know, like
sugar.
that.
Last question I got for
No,
you.
we limit sugar. We limit all that stuff. You know.
Last question I got for y'all
All right.
right now. Y'all going home. What do you got to do right now when I get home?
Damn, I gotta get my chef whites, my white shirt, my jeans, my socks, and my shoes in order, my pen, my little handy dandy notebook that I'm writing recipes as I got inspired of. And I got that get that ready with for sure at least 2-3 Sharpies because the ladies in the morning are like, "Oh, I forgot my Sharpie." I'm like, "Here you go." So
What are you doing?
I'm
That's what
gonna
I
go
gotta
right
do.
to bed because I already got that done. Because as an old man, my shit's like hours.
I had to pressure wash the hood vents and the fryer before I came here, and I
It's okay.
Shit,
One
me-
shift is another shift to start. It's okay.
Damn, so,
You know, like I hate you right now.
damn, me, I got to go home.
keep
So
working.
by the time I leave here, I'll probably be like 2 a.m. And then I have Encore.
Oh.
I got to be at Encore at fucking 9:30, 10 in the morning.
I gotta be up in like 4 hours. Not even.
Oh, no. Me, I'm the worst at waking up early.
No,
I wake up early at 9. That's early for me. Because we sleep late. Me and my wife, we
that's the
sleep
life
late.
I want to live.
And I sleep 3, but we wake up at 9, you know? So we fall asleep at 3, 4 in the morning because we're up nights. And that's what we do.
Yeah, I applaud you for that.
But
I could not.
I
do that.
cannot wake up at 7 in the morning.
I gotta get ready for Café Nopal because that's breakfast, and I gotta be early.
Hey, Caesar told me, he's like, oh,
Before
come
people
out.
wake up.
Come out. They're just going to be for like 45 minutes because they got to leave.
It's okay. We've been here.
We've been here. We've been here before we even got started.
It's okay.
Yeah, but the thing about it is like, man, it feels like I barely got to know you now.
Even though we worked together for 7 months.
Yeah, but
Motherfucker.
we didn't never interacted.
That's one thing I want to get rid of with Café Nopal and Mariscos is that wall from front of the house, back in the house. We're a team, and there should be constant communication between the both. There should be no reason why
Bro.
I'm getting a 9 top with no warning. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's one thing that I want to do is just get rid of the norms and make a worker-centric restaurant like HEB. Right? If you work at HEB, you're like, it's so much better than all the other motherfucking stores because it's employee centered. And if you work for me, I just want you to know that the whole working 60, 70 hours for a $40 salary is obsolete.
What?
Obsolete.
What?
And if you want paid time off, you got paid time off. You want maternity leave, you got maternity leave. We need to change the way that we work in restaurants because the old way is not relevant anymore. And there's no reason why people kill themselves for somebody else's vision
Oh, yeah.
just to be told, this is my money, this is my menu, shut the fuck up and do what I'm told. And whenever you have your own place, do whatever you want to do. No, if I have a new menu item, it goes by my cooks because they're the ones cooking it. And if they don't like it or they find flaws, fix it so we can make it
Yep.
streamlined. Right? So, yeah. I don't know. I digress.
We got to have episode 2 coming up.
Yeah.
To let y'all know also, this episode was also sponsored by Arvizu Taqueria. So
Arvizu Taqueria. Come
we're all
through
good.
Mondays. Where?
Tuesday here. That's
Tuesdays
it.
at the Rabbit Hole.
Just Rabbit Hole Tuesdays. All the other times we just pop up anywhere.
Yeah.
Follow us. Arvizu Taqueria.
And if you wanna
Instagram.
follow Mariscos.
Mariscos.
Cachanilla. Right? If not, it sends you to some random guy.
And if you want to follow Star Cafe, Southern Hospitality, Bodega, Dirty Laundry, Rusty Nickel, Hell's Hat Baker, Boatman's Lounge, go ahead and do that.
Let's do it. And if y'all want to be on here, let us know. We're ready for
Taking
you.
inquiries.
Omar?
Very nice meeting you, brother.
Yeah, we'll get off here in a bit. We're better.
Sir.
Yes,
Good
sir.
to see you. I gotta get my ass home. I gotta
Me
wake up in 3
too.
hours.
God damn. I'll wake you up when I'm leaving.
Just throw a rock in my fucking door.
I wish Eric came. I don't even know.
I wish he.
All right. No, we can have a curry. Oh yeah, I love to. There's.